Back out on another stealth camp. Ho ho, yeah! You know it makes total sense. Howie! Welcome back to the Blot Outdoor Show, Mandingos. I'm in my home county of Durham, back out on another stealth camp. I've been looking forward to this all week after last week's nightmare in the Lake District. I'm going to hopefully do a stealth camp next to one of these wind turbines. I was hoping they weren't going to be on, because I don't know if someone turns up later on to turn them off, or if they're turned off from somewhere else, you know, if someone just pushes a button somewhere else and turns them all off. We shall see. But yeah, I've got some food to cook. I've been kindly given a nice bottle of whisky off someone. I'll tell you more about that later on. But you know what that means, guys? World famous whisky review coming up. Oh, you better believe it. I don't know if you can see through the trees there. I think I'm just going to make my way down to that one. But there's a farm there, and it's a proper working farm. And these farmers never have a day off, do they? So the fence I'm looking to climb is just straight opposite the farm, so fingers crossed there's no one there and I can get over the fence and get down without being spotted. Anyway, I'll bring your Mandingos back in a minute. Right, so there doesn't seem to be anyone around. I'm pretty sure no one comes and turns these off, comes here. I wouldn't have thought someone has to go around every wind turbine, turn them all off one by one. Because if I get there and someone comes and I'm just sitting there, they're going to tell us to move on, aren't they? That's a risk I'm going to have to take. Anyway, while there's no one around, let's get over this fence. Oh, you bugger. Oh. Just as I've jumped over the fence, there's a car went round. Typical. I don't think he looked in my direction, like, didn't see us. Right, I'll bring you back in a second, guys. Shit. If you look, guys, up the ladders and then above the door, it looks like there's a CCTV camera there. Bastard. Sorry for the language, guys. So although I'm not in an urban spot with loads of people around, this has now probably become the most likely camp I'm going to get moved on from, because if there's anyone looking through that camera now, that's it. there's anyone looking through that camera, I'll have definitely been spotted. But I can't imagine someone just sitting all day looking through that camera. I mean, let's have a look around this side. So there's no cameras around here. The farm up there, so I need to keep behind here. No, there's only the one camera. There's only the one camera around the other side, which I've walked right in front of. If I knew it was there, I'd have probably tried and came in from the other way, but I guess this will just have to ding dang do for me, mandingos, as they say in the south of France. Right guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my seat out. I'm going to set my seat up down here, and I'll probably sit and wait till it's nearly dark. Fingers crossed I don't get moved on, and then I'll get my tent up down here somewhere. It all looks a bit rocky. Hopefully I can get there. Peggy Mitchell's in. Peggy Mitchell's, as the older Chris says. Right. Let's get my seat set up and chill out for a bit. Right. Tent up, folks, and that was an absolute nightmare because the ground is just, it's all like gravel and dolomite that they've put around this wind turbine, and you go any further out, as you can see, it's just too boggy and clarty. But I've getting there with a struggle. The tent isn't as pulled out and as stretched as I would like to be, and I've even had to put some big rocks down there because I just could not get them pegs in down there. I could only get them in about a third of the way, so. And I know what you're thinking. How the hell is he using that tent after it got wrecked in the Lake District last week? Well, the thing is, I had two of them tents. This is my old one. A few weeks ago I bought a load of camping gear off someone I know who doesn't want to do wild camping anymore. What do you sell us? All sorts, sleeping bag, like a jet boil thing, mattress, pillar, this tent, foil mat, all sorts. He sells us loads of stuff. But part of the package I was buying off him was another one of these tents. So the one that got wrecked last week was the new one I bought. This is my old one that I've had for like 2-3 years, something like that now. So I can still use the Van Gogh Orion. Oh yes. Right guys, before it gets dark, I'm going to get all my gear set up inside, and then I'm going to get a nice hot cargo pass there. A nice hot caramel cappuccino. See you in a minute. There's a car just parked up at the gate where I jumped over. Like the headlights is on in the car. I'm hoping it's just someone's parking up and they're going to go and take the dog for a walk. They're just sitting in the car like they've been there about 5 minutes. I think if it was someone that worked for the company that own these, they wouldn't just be sitting in the car, they'll just come down and tell us to move on. If I put this video on YouTube, you know that it's okay and I haven't been moved on. I think I need a nice little whisky to settle the nerves. You know what I'm talking about. Right folks, I'll quickly give you a look at my setup for tonight. I've got my old 4 season sleeping bag, got the foil mat down. I think you can see me red self-inflating Berghaus mat there. I've got plenty of room at the side for me backpack and some warmer clothes down there for later on. Alright then, for snackaroonies, I've got some pepperoni and mozzarella cheese. I've got Italian meat and cheese selection. I've got some mini savoury Dr. legs. I've got some biscuits there. 3 caramel capadingos for my main meal later on. My good old chum, Uncle Bensky, has sorted me out with some spicy chili lice. With that, I'm having some prawns, and in that little plastic bag down there, I've got some frozen sliced mushrooms and diced onion. So that should be a meal fit for a mandingo. Oh yes. Drinks wise, 4 cans of Stowford Press cider, lovely jubbly, and I've also got, there you go, not a full bottle, about a third of a bottle, because I don't want to be too smashed tomorrow, too hungover when I go out for Sunday lunch. I'm not quite sure how you say this. I think you pronounce it Auchentoshan, single malt Scotch whisky. That's been kindly given to me from 2 legends that I used to work with about 15-20 years ago, Davy Hope and Paul Finn. So thank you very much for that, mandingos. And also, my mother-in-law Lorraine gave me the same bottle for Christmas, so I can't do a review on the same bottle twice. So thank you to the lovely Lorraine, my mother-in-law. I love you, thank you very much. Yep, there you go guys, that's a rundown of my food and drink. I'm going to get this camera off and this light off before I get busted. Nice hot caramel capadingo, guys. Oh, lovely. Hi, nice and chilled out now in the old Tendingo Mandingos. So while I'm sitting here having this hot drink, I might as well answer a little question, and one I've had quite a bit is, why do I always call young Chris the shoe bomber or the king of swing? Well, the shoe bomber one, quickly, I've got to be careful what I say because there's so many people get offended these days, and you've got to be careful what you say. When he first started my factory about 4 years ago, he used to have this great big beard, so the lads straight away, they were saying he looks like a shoe bomber, him, you know, he looks like a suicide bomber. So that was it. He got labelled the shoe bomber straight away on day one. The king of swing, when he first started coming out while camping with us, he used to have his tent hanging off the bottom of his bag, and then he was also going to try and fasten other things on. and as he was walking, everything was just swinging, and I used to normally be walking behind him. I always walk at the back because I'm holding the camera in so I can video the lads. So I'd be behind him and I'd be shouting, "The King of Swing." So that was it just stuck. I think a lot of people have been wondering, is he called the King of Swing because he's got a big willy or something like that? I mean, he might have, for all I know, but no, that's not why I call him that. I call him the King of Swing because he had his bag swinging with his tent was swinging off the bottom of his bag, so that's why he got called the King of Swing. Anyway guys, that's them questions answered about young Chris and why we call him them names. I'm going to finish this drink and then I'm going to have some snackaroonies. Oh yes, you know, it makes sense. Time for a little chest warmer. Oh, you better believe it is. Hey guys, I'm just proper chilled out now, nice and warm in my tent. The wind's died down a bit, it's starting to get really windy. About an hour ago, can you hear the wind turbine there? I don't know how good the camera's picking up the noise of it. It's a noisy bugger. But in a weird kind of way. It's soothing, just lying here, having a whisky. Oh. Aye. Anyway, while I'm sitting chilling, I might as well answer one more question. There's been a few people asking this. It's only been the last couple of weeks people started asking this question. And the question is, do I prefer wild camping or stealth camping? If people's wondering what's the difference, I call like wild camping when I'm out in the countryside, up on the mountains and the hills and the valleys, or by a lake, you know, like in beautiful locations, like what last week should have been, until me tent got ruined in the bad weather. And the stealth camping is like what I'm doing now, where I'm kind of like urban or not too far from where I live, and you're camping somewhere where you clearly shouldn't be, you know, having to jump over fences or hide behind buildings. That's what I call the stealth camping. Anyway, which one do I prefer? It's impossible to say really, because I love them both in different ways. Wild camping, unlike last week, is normally when I just go away to camp and it's just, you hit that reset button, don't you? You just, any stresses, any worries you've got in life, you get over there camping in the hills and it just totally relaxes you. It's what I do for pleasure.
going wild camping. It's absolutely fantastic. The stealth camping, I love that in a completely different way. It's a bit of a buzz, you know. You're camping somewhere you shouldn't be. You're hiding. There could be people walking past and they're only a few feet away from you and they've got no idea you're there. Sounds a bit pervy like, doesn't it? But you know what I mean. Aye. So I couldn't really answer that. I love both the same, but just in different ways. I mean, I am doing the stealth camping more now than I'm doing wild camping, because I can only really afford to go over the Lake District once a month, because, like, you know, like fuel prices and this, that and the other and all. This is how I got into the stealth camping. The blank weekends, I'd get out and start doing stealth camping, so I'd get a video out every week. So if I had to pick between one and the other, I'd have to slightly say the stealth camping a little bit more, because I do that more. I'm doing the stealth camping every week, where I only do the wild camping once a month, and it's the stealth camping that's helped the channel pick up, and I've gained loads of subscribers. Thank you very much for that, Mandingos. There you go. Once again, I'm talking an absolute crock of shite. That's it. I can't think of anything else to say. I've talked enough shite for now. I'll bring you back soon for the world famous Blot Outdoors Whisky review. You know what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, you know what time it is, Mandingos. Whisky time. And this week, this is what we've got. Auchentoshan single malt Scotch whisky. And this one is the American oak version. There's no age statement to it. So it's definitely not 12-year-old, 10-year-old, probably it's not even 8-year-old, because if it was, they'd be telling you. So it's a fairly young whisky, but that doesn't mean it's not a good one. There's some young whiskies that is very nice. Anyway, guys, I haven't got the old famous cup. Couldn't find it. I think it's lying around in my van. So my little Jack Daniels glass will have to do, dingo Mandingos. Let's get that in there. Oh yes. Alrighty, let's get the old bakeroonie in it. Well, that's got a very young, fresh, gentle smell about it. That doesn't sound right, does it? I'm getting some aromas of, yep, aromas of coconut, and a nice subtle fruit smell, maybe peaches. Anyway, guys, that's enough of the sniffing. Let's get on with the tasting. Right. Oh, definitely showing big impact of pepper. A definite pepper kick to it. Now the taste is definitely a lot more, it's got a lot more punch to it than the smell. A nice peppery kick, but it's also nice and sweet, and that oak that American oak is now coming through, which I know that's obvious because it's called, this is the American oak version, but that is coming through now, my Fandingos. And on the fourth or fifth taste there, I'm getting a lovely aftertaste of bourbon. Now that's fantastic for me because I'm a big lover of bourbon whiskies. Oh, definitely nice and sweet with a lovely bourbon aftertaste down the hatch. Very, very nice indeed. I want to say thank you very much again to Davey Hope and Paul Finn for buying me this, and also my mother-in-law Lorraine. Thank you, Lorraine. She also bought us the same bottle, so I'm just doing this review all at once rather than doing two separate ones. But yeah, Auchentoshan single malt Scotch whisky, very, very decent indeed. I've got a nice little bit left I'm going to drink off camera when I'm sitting chilling, and I am going to give that a very good, a very, very decent 7.5 out of 10, and I would definitely buy that again. I know you can get this on a really good deal in Morrison's, 20 odd quid, something like that, and that's a good price for a quality whisky like this. Anyway guys, Auchentoshan 7.5 out of 10. You know what I'm talking about, Mandingos. This is serious stealth camping. Right. Cheers, pal dingos. Oh, nice can of Storeford Press. Right then, my Fandingos. The plan dingo is I'm going to get some scrandingo cooking in the old pan dingo. Oh, you know what I'm talking about, Mandingos. And you know it makes total sense. Right. Right, folks. Gonna get the frozen mushrooms and onions in first. I've already defrosted. Come on, there you go. Let's get them on. Give them a couple of minutes. Lovely jubbly. yes, that's them bubbling away. So let's get the old prawn dingoes in. Oh, you bastard. Sorry for the language. Yes, look at that. Right, we'll give that just a minute. It doesn't take long for the prawns to heat through. Oh yes. Now for the Uncle Bensky spicy chili lice. Let's get that popped in there. In the old pansexual. Oh yes, the old pansexual. Bring you back in a second, guys. Show you the final result. Right, I think that's cooked, guys. Let's have a look. Oh, look at that. Look at that. A thing of beauty. A thing of absolute beauty. Looking forward to getting stuck into this. Right, folks, let's get stuck into this nice food. Spicy chili lice, prawns, mushrooms and onions. And it's red hot. Oh yes. Jesus Christ. That is hot. And absolutely beautiful. See, I've cooked that in like, what, 4 minutes? I put the frozen mushrooms and onions in. They were almost defrosted. Them just waiting for a couple of minutes. Then I popped the prawns in for 1 minute. And then the Uncle Bensky lice for another 2 minutes, so 5 minutes. 5 minutes in a beautiful hot meal coop. Better than any of them camping meals you can buy. That cost you an absolute fortune, and they don't even fill you. Oh, honestly, that is absolutely unbelievable. Tastes even better because I'm sitting here and it's getting cold now. I'm looking forward to getting in my sleeping bag, putting the movie on, and just drifting off to the sound of the wind. Sitting there in this cold tent with this hot meal. For me personally, life does not get much better than this. Only been spending good time with my wife and my son. That's the only thing that beats this. Tremendous. Oh, well, instead of me talking shite, I might as well, while I'm eating this, say something sensible for once. So I'm going to say a massive thank you. To everyone who has supported the Blot Outdoor Show this last week. Spit that out, Chris. Thank you so much, everyone, for buying me a coffee. I know some people buy 3 coffees, 5 coffees, and some people buy every week. So, thank you. You're really kind. You're lovely people. I really do appreciate it. Oh. Honestly, thank you so much. I can't even think straight. You guys been so kind to me and supporting the channel. Helps me get out and make these videos every week. I say the same thing every week, but I do mean it from the bottom of my heart. Cheers, Mandingos. Thank you so much for supporting my little channel, which has grown. It's starting to not be a little channel, it's starting to pick up. There's your names down there, guys. Down there and down there. You're absolute bunch of legends, every single one of you. Thank you so much for supporting the Blot Outdoor Show. You know it makes total sense. Right. What a fantastic hot meal. Lovely. Time to get the sleeping bag and get warmed up. Oh, yes. Good morning, Mandingos. 8:30. I've slept too well. Never been cold once. I've only woke up because I'm dressing for a slash garden. Obviously you can hear, still very windy. So I'm going to get a quick pee. And then I'm going to get packed up and get out of Dodge City. You know what I'm talking about. Bring you back in a second. Right, oh well, then let's get this tent packed away. It's a lot colder now than it was last night. I can tell straight away because my fingers is freezing without my gloves on. Where last night it wasn't too bad. Oh well, let's get this tent packed away. Should only take us 10 minutes. Right folks, that's me all packed away. You can see where my tent was. Leave no trace and all that carry on. All that's there is my bag of litter, which I'm taking with us.
we go. I think the worst that's going to happen now is if someone comes out the farm, the worst that's going to happen is they're going to say you shouldn't have been in their mind, but too late now, Mandingos. Right, shut that down there. Let's go over. That's it. Here we go. Well, that's the end of that, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. You know what I'm going to say? I've had an absolutely brilliant time as usual. So if you have enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. It really does help the channel. Leave a comment. I read every single comment. I'll try and get back to as many people as I can. If you want to help the channel, if it's possible, tell your friends, tell your family. Trying to help this channel get up to 50,000 subs this year. And if you haven't already subbed, if you just normally watch but you haven't subbed, hit that button and subscribe. It doesn't cost you a penny. It will be very much appreciated, Mandingos. Well, till next week, guys, when I'll be back out stealth camping again. That's it. See you later. Ho ho, you better believe it, Mandingos. Right.
Oh, our matron.
Bloody batteries is running out. Oh, God.